Hello, my beauties. Welcome. It's Viv here, meditation teacher and holistic stress coach to women, and I'm super glad to be here. I'm probably not going to stay too long because I will share in a moment. Okay, so it's about 4:31 on Sunday. Hope you had a good Sunday. We're getting into what I and my friend used to call the dead time on Sunday, when you knew you had to go back to work tomorrow, for some of you, of course. And there was like a little bit of a lull, and the energy was kind of like, eh, okay, I can feel it even where I live, and I'm not in the city. So let's just do actually a little centering, I think. I think I'm going to do a little drumming. I shared recently that a lot of times if I'm doing like member stuff, like channel member stuff or teaching, I'll do a little bit of drumming just to start, just to set the energy. So I'm going to do that. Okay. So go ahead and get into a relaxed place. Hey, R&B. Yeah, I'm just going to call in the ancestors, allies, and use it as also a centering tool. Okay. I keep looking at my computer. I should look there, but you. All right, I'm going to drum. But just for a little bit, because the folks from the future will be like, what? I'm just going to sit and watch her drum. She's not even playing music. So for centering, usually can have like a steady, monotonous beat. Okay, so that's what I'm just doing. Take some nice deep breaths. You could do a little bit of chakra tuning, tuning in from the root. In fact, let's do that together. Just sort of tune into the base of your body, to the perineum, tailbone area, or the perineum, and Muladhara chakra, and then just travel through, tuning into Swadhisthana, the second chakra. Just really focus your attention, see if you feel any tingling, anything going on. All right? Just even that awareness is very powerful. Come up to the navel chakra, Manipura. Come up to the heart chakra, center of the chest. So not like over the physical heart, more the center of the chest. As you probably know, Anahata is that heart chakra. Coming up to the throat. Deep breath in. Vishuddha, Vishuddhi. And then Agnya, the third eye, up between the eyebrows. You could focus your eyes up. And then up to the top of your head, to the crown chakra, the 1,000-petal lotus. Nice deep exhales. And just feel that. You can bring your attention back down to the root, like run your attention down. It's like you're lighting up like little light bulbs that are all in a row. Go up to the crown and go down. And one more time, run your attention up to the crown of the head. Welcome, spirits. So, how are you guys who are either live, welcome, or in the future? You can always leave a comment. I will reply. So R&B is here. Let me know that you're here. Say hi. I started to say it's like entering a room. You know, you wouldn't just come in the room and just stand there, right? That would be weird. So say hello. Say I'm here. Say the kind of day you're having. And today, what we will be doing is I'm going to do some card slinging. If you see that on my thumbnail, that just means that I'm going to pull cards. I have the Faces of Oshun deck that was shared with me by Abiola Abrams and her channel. Check her out. She does a lot of goddess stuff as well. And then she has really focused on the African goddesses. And I think this is her second or third deck. So check her out. I had an interview with her here. And I did also a, oh gosh, what do you call it? Like an unboxing. All right. I'll try to remember to put those links below. So do check it out and support her. Her deck that she's created, okay? If you're at all into intuition and just having a tool, like a way to kind of tune into your intuition, that your intuition can speak to you, okay? So I will try to put that below. And then this really, I need to get a damp sponge and clean this off. I've had this for literally maybe 20 years. This is the angel cards, the original angel cards. I'm not going to put it too close to the camera because it's, it's really beat up. I've moved with it. I think I had tape on it to keep it closed because it's like this. And so it's just been around the block. It's been through a lot. So these are the two that I'm going to use. So yeah, let's see, R&B. And that's what I will give feedback with. All right. If you get cut off or if I get cut off, please just come back. Okay. I don't know if my internet might be a little bit unstable. So I'm having a pretty good Sunday. So I was going to share with you. Okay. My cards keep saying, just be yourself, be your authentic self. So I'm going to share with you. I did not sleep well last night. Why? You guys know my channel. I really welcome all women, but also women who are specifically sensitive, empathic, obviously into spirituality, because the channel is about holistic wellness and spiritual growth and spirituality, right? I talk about the chakras, I talk about meditation. Those are the main things, intuition, all of that. So I'm feeling good. I'm taking my herbs. I'm up. I had too much coffee, basically. I had coffee at 1 o'clock, not coffee. I literally had a cup of black tea, you guys, like just tea. Kept me up till 2 in the morning because I had matcha green tea in the morning, which is my kind of usual. And I was just up, and you're going to laugh. Let me know if this happens to you sometimes. I got stuck in the 80s and 90s, not today. Okay, so I was up. I started playing like old R&B music. I was specifically, I'm on a Sade binge. Okay, always love Sade. So on a binge, listening to all her beautiful hits, right, from back in the day. Give me a thumbs up if you do this. Sometimes you just go down memory lane, and then that segued into Luther Vandross, and now, once you put Luther on, and then I had to find my favorites. It just was crazy. It was just playing songs a couple times. Then I had to hear the other song. I had to search for it. I didn't want to hear it live and all of that. So just a lot of that. And so my mind was super active. I'm also really sensitive astrologically. And I always say I'm not an astrologer, but sometimes I'll just see what's happening. So if anybody knows, like literally that would have been Saturday night, what was going on? I have a lot of things in Virgo, a lot in Leo, and also Libra, depending on the system you're using. So I literally, if something big astrological is going on, I will feel it. Okay. And if you're sensitive, if you're empathic, it'll happen to you. Okay. Hey, I saw some guys drop off. Let me know if you want a mini reading. Hey, Debbie. Welcome. 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 Nice to see you. Yes. Back to you. Back to you, goddess. So anyway, so I was listening to Luther Vandross songs till 3 in the morning. It did put me to sleep though. So it started with Sade and then got, yeah. So let me know if that happens to you or if it's just me. It's rare. I can get on a Sade binge and then just like go off on daydream land because I am a creative, right? And so I can make movies up in my mind, and this can be problematic when we have work to do. Okay, so let me know if you want me to just pull some cards. I just have, not just, but I'm going to do two. I'll do the angel cards because simple, easy to, what's the message? And the faces of Oshun, you'll also get an affirmation. All right, so that's what I'm here for today. Yeah. Hey, Debbie, of course, I will absolutely. And so I want to say, if you are a Black or brown woman, and you are, especially inviting you if you're um, sensitive, um, sometimes told maybe that you're overly emotional. I don't know, I'm just channeling this, but a lot of you watching need to check out my program, which you guys know I change the name all the time. It's my introduction to meditation. It's called Soulful Mindfulness. It has been called that for the last 2 years. Before that, it was Introduction to Mindfulness. I just keep changing the name because I'm trying to finesse it, okay? So Soulful Mindfulness and Healing Touch. I'm going to put the link. Join me and a small group of women. Again, this round, I am literally just saying exclusively for Black women and women of color to have a really safe, nurturing community where you can really work with your mind. You guys told me you're interested in terms of meditation, you're interested in mental health, right? And emotional balance, which I label as it's under the thing of stress. So please do check it out. I just put the link. I'll pop it up on the screen, but it's super long. Just, click on the link and just, so you have it open and check it out after. Okay. So I'm going to do for Debbie. Anybody else? R&B, do you want me to? So give me a yes if you want. And I am going to also turn my fan on because you guys, we had gotten cool weather. It was like, oh my God, it's fall. I literally turned my heat on where I am. Sorry, looking at the computer again. I was turned my heat on in August. I know it's crazy, but anyway, I'm relatively skinny, relatively. So I do get cold anyway. And now it's warm again, right? Climate as it is. So I'm going to turn my fan on. Give me a yes if you want. And then I'm going to start with Debbie for a mini reading. Okay. All right. I have another deck too that I may or may not. Whoops. If that collapses, you guys don't laugh because one leg is broken and I am throwing stuff out because you guys know I'm needing to and wanting to actually move back out of the US, right? And so I will be throwing stuff out, but for right now, this little stand, which I think, anyway, this little stand, one leg is broken. So if you see a sudden collapse behind me, you'll know what happened. I may also, if you're interested, I have Eckhart Tolle's Stillness Speaks inspiration cards. Okay. They're okay. They can be a little, not harsh, because I have to tell you guys, get ready. Okay. Debbie, get ready. This Faces of Oshun deck can tell you some stuff you need to work on. Okay. So let's just do brief centering again together. Just take a nice deep breath in and out. And also, before we start, I really would like to just spend like a moment, okay? And I don't want anybody calling this performative because I'm like, just stop. None of you would. But, Twitter and so many really toxic spaces, right? But I did this maybe 2 months ago and it felt really good for me. So I just want to spend a moment just sending prayers to any part of the world actually that is calling your attention. So if you're maybe have family in Ghana or Tanzania or Zimbabwe or something, or something is happening in things happening in France, South America, Nepal, everything's popping off, right? Please watch my previous video. It was also relatively short. I went straight to the point. I talked about some changes I see happening in America. It was a previous video to this, okay? Do check it out. I shared, a prediction that I got intuitively about a year ago, if not more. And it seems to be moving in that direction. Um, but let's just send energy because you are powerful. You're a powerful being. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not. So, this body and mind, we're more than this, right? So, we do eventually, we slough off the body, right? But our spirit, there is that, and we return back to eternity, to God, to the divine. So, just feel your sense of power. Again, perhaps tapping in from the tailbone up to the crown. Just feel like a column, actually, of um, like a golden light. Maybe it's a thread or a thin column of light, and that would run from the root chakra up to the crown. All right? And let's just send from our heart prayers to one part of the world. Now, this develops you as well. Okay, I know you may not have come for this, but I think it's very important. It also is said to protect you when you do practices like this. It literally has a protective effect, and if not, just a positively karmic effect on this life or whatever comes next, right? So, just sending prayers, whether to the Middle East, whether to an incident, shootings. Children were shot recently again in the United States, and all of the things, okay? So just really settle yourself now. Tune in. Let's tune in together. You could even simply say, may there be peace in, and then let's say also, may there be peace within me. Let's do 2 more times. May there be peace in, and name a location or a place. And then may there be peace within me. And let's do 1 more time. Name a place. It could be your neighbor's house if you hear them yelling, which was happening for me a couple months ago with my neighbors. A child, one of their children, young adult, was definitely having a mental health thing. There was a lot. It sounded pretty intense. So it doesn't have to be for something that's in the newspapers. It doesn't have to be for like a flooding or a fire somewhere. It could be somewhere locally. It could be, your uncle is having a hard time, or your grandma's in hospice, or someone you know is going through hard times. So just really send again. May there be peace in, and then you could picture it coming back to you. May there be peace within me. All right. Beautiful. Hi, Paula. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. So I'm going to read. Okay, now R&B didn't say first, though. I think Debbie said yeah first. Okay. So again, mini readings, right? There's this lady I think is her name something, the Comanche psychic. My friend, before he died, tuned me into her, and I was like, she's really wacky. I don't know if any of you watch her. And she's like, just like really quick, just, oh, blah, 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 you got this. And she goes on. Because it can really be tiring to pull cards because I kind of tune in. And so it does take energy. So I'm going to start with Debbie. Debbie, this is like, what do you need to be mindful of? Okay. So again, my program, Soulful Mindfulness, is open to Black women and women of color, and I'm enrolling it right now. It's via Zoom. It's a beautiful program. If you really want to work on your peace, if you really truly want to work on your self-love, okay? And this is the lowest price. So if any of you are low income, or just, have a lot of monetary things going on in your life right now, it is early bird pricing, okay, for 8 sessions with me in a small group of women. All right. So check that out. The link is in the comments here. So this is for Debbie. Debbie, what you need to be mindful of. Okay. Oops. Hold here. So this is upside down. I love the camera. This started, and I noticed it was someone else as well. the camera. I don't know if it's a zoom. I'm not sure, but it just started auto focusing itself and it's new. This comes up a lot actually during the lives. Seriously. So for Debbie, you got the card of Oshun of shame and regret. Here, okay, let's see. The computer shows me if I'm holding it. Okay, there we go. Okay. So it's funny, you guys, and those from the future, you saw me sort of give a warning. Before I even pulled a card, I said that this Oshun deck can give you some heavy shadow work, right? So let's talk about it. Oh, okay. One of the cards fell off my table. So you're feeling guilt, remorse, maybe some self-esteem, pain. Debbie, I'm going to give you, in a moment, I'm going to give you the affirmation, but I'm going to pull an angel card. So the angel card is the supportive energy around you, okay? I'm just open the box, eyes closed. I just want to see if we can get like what supportive energy is around her. Wow, you guys, look at this. Hold on. I pulled resilience for her. See, this is what I mean. If I had pulled, it's clearly, right? Resilience is about bouncing back through the tough times, right? I love this. The angel is on a trampoline. So she got resilience and Oshun of shame and regret. So you're feeling some way about something you did, something you experienced, maybe something you said. Okay. And when I pull for you, please give me feedback. Let me know. So Debbie, yes, yes. Debbie, let me know if that resonates for you. So, it's sort of distressing looking. It's intense. It's intense. She uses a lot of gold imagery and like melting gold as well. But it almost looks like a blessing is being given to a woman who's feeling a little bit like she's carrying a heavy burden. So I'm going to give you the affirmation, okay? Wow. Okay, so this is about someone is going through the guilt, remorse, self-loathing even. Again, I'm feeling like it's something, yeah, you're judging yourself about. And your affirmation is, I embrace the power of self-compassion. I embrace the power of self-compassion. You could put your hand over your heart chakra. Let's do that together because again, let's make it a collective strength. And we all need this. We all need self-compassion, right? So I embrace the power of self-compassion. What's funny, you guys, that I'm doing this, and I wasn't doing it deliberately. On my meditation page, I added an image. It's an AI image, and it's a Black woman, like from here to here, and her hand is here over her heart. And I saw it. I made it with AI, and I was very specific, like, this is what I want. And so it's interesting this comes up. So, Debbie, let me know. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to put up, Debbie, I'm glad you're here. And I know it's kind of a hard card. It says, yes, I feel that it's been making my heart feel weak and extra sensitive. Okay. Well, how can you let it go? Not even what is it about? Okay. So again, she got the card of shame and regret. It sounds like you need to let things go, right? So how can you, and I totally, totally understand, how can you let go of these feelings of that are not helpful? And it's not to push them away, right? Because you want to kind of heal them, but what is the shame about? What is the regret about? I'm just going to say that it's like you did the best you could, right? You did the best you could with whatever it was. I've been having some of that recently, again, with my best friend, like my brother who had passed away. I wish I had given more, for example, when he was sick, but it was such a horrific illness that he went through, and to see him, he just like we say in Jamaica, kind of he just drew down really fast, got very, very thin, just got sick very fast, and it happened over time, but then it was like quick. And so I definitely, understand feeling, regret, like what could I have done differently? So Debbie, what can you, yeah, yeah. So we all go through that. I think, and some people beat themselves up for life. Now I'm just really channeling this because my mother, I'm going to really talk from my experience. My mother had this where her shame and regret about some things that she did, which were not horrible. Like if I shared the deep details with you, you would understand why she felt like that. But so her cure, because she couldn't deal with the feelings of shame and regret, instead of trying to heal them, she drank, and full-fledged alcoholic. And she was like, they just drink, drowning your tears or whatever, all those metaphors. She was just, the alcohol was a way to kind of keep all of that really painful stuff out of her awareness, right? So then she developed a secondary problem, which is being an alcoholic. Okay. So let's try and heal it. It's worth it, even if it's unpleasant. So let's see what Debbie says. She says, reading from my computer where I can see that, she says, negative experiences from school. I didn't feel like I tried hard enough. I let go of my health, but now I would like to get my health back. Oh, okay. See, you guys, I say this all the time. These lives, typically I might have a small number of people, but every time there's like a theme that runs through it. So Debbie, I got to tell you the truth. This is so weird. You talk about getting your health back. I think it was yesterday. I was watching a video, and go to the Physicians Committee. It is very much plant-based. The Physicians Committee for Health or something. Just Google it. And they had a video talking about how quickly we can get. I might search for this for her. I know I'll lose some of you, but I'm going to go into my history, Debbie, and I'm going to see if I can find it. They were talking about 2 weeks your body responds to changes in your diet. 2 weeks. Now, even I was surprised. I mean, I knew some things are very quick, but 2 weeks, major changes. That's how resilient, you guys. She got this card, resilience. This is how resilient your body is, our bodies are. Seriously. So this is all, like, for me, this is coming together because I'm like, I didn't plan, and I can see spirit is leading me on different threads because I pulled this card for her also of resilience. That means you can bounce back, Debbie. Okay. So let me find that video for you guys. Just be patient. I got to go through all the Luther Vandross that I was watching last night. Okay. Oh. Okay, I watched a lot of them. I'm going through. I didn't watch all of them, but I was skipping through to find the one I liked. Also some Phil Collins. Okay, because I'm a nerd. Let's see. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can find this. Okay, you guys, I found this for her. I'm going to see. How can I share it? I'm going to try to copy the title rather than click on the video. So this is for Debbie and for any of you. Debbie, here, I'm putting it. This is the title. God damn it, what's it doing? It's from the Physicians Committee, which is a committee of physicians that are dedicated and looked at the studies on being mostly plant-based and how it affects your health. And this is the name of the video for all. It's called How Quickly Your Body Reacts to Healthy Food, 2 weeks. So they gave away the lead, all right? So maybe that's the reason I even watched that video, because I don't think I finished it, but it inspired me. It actually inspired me. I went and made my green smoothie, and since I was traveling, I started having some stomach issues, not in a third world country, in France, and I blamed their baguettes. I'm serious. I blamed the baguettes because I typically don't eat a lot of bread, and I started buying because it was so good. I bought like this long ass baguette, and I'm one person, and I probably ate it in 2 days. Anyway, and the woman said to me, "Oh, I eat that much in a day," and I'm like, "You eat one baguette a day?" She's like, "Yeah," but of course she was French. Anyway, I digress. You're welcome, Debbie. Listen, get a glass of wine or something because I do digress. But you can see how that all comes together. So Debbie, Spirit's saying to you, though, you are resilient. So it's not the end of the world. It's not, come on. If you were 95 and on the hospital bed, say, well, that's it. You're not. You're not. Okay. So really figure out a way to let that go. And Debbie, seriously, if you can, I'm personally inviting you to come to the Soulful Mindfulness, because meditation, and you guys know I've been saying this, it's self-therapy. Okay, I made that up. I didn't copy that from anybody. Meditation is self-therapy. So what will happen for her or any of us, like if you have shame, regret, um, just not feeling good about yourself, about a situation, when you meditate, right? When we meditate together, it will come up, but it'll come up to clear. So instead of burying it where it starts to kind of smell and ferment and like seriously, right? When you meditate, you get so still that you start to see what's happening inside of you. The thoughts bubble up and I train you, I work with you so you're really calm, you're really centered, and you might see bad thoughts about yourself, right? And I help you understand how to see it's just a thought. If the thought says you're a horrible person, it's a thought. It probably came from somebody, a dad or a grandpa, or somebody told you that, right? Somebody told you that. And so that's how meditation, part of the mechanism is that it literally, it's like water gets quiet. It's like your mind is like a beautiful lake with like crystal clear water. But if the lake, I didn't make this metaphor up. If there's wind and the lake is choppy, you can't see below. You can't see the plant life. You can't see the rocks. But when you calm your mind and your mind gets still and it settles, which we do by training the mind, right? It gets absolutely clear, it gets flat, right? There's not waves, and you can see all the crap at the bottom and you can uproot it. That is really the best explanation of what meditation is. So please think about joining my program. I am making it for Black women. If you are a Black or brown woman, please support it and you will learn. Um, it's not like facts you're going to learn. You're going to learn practices you'll have for the rest of your life. And I'll also be teaching the acupressure points for stress, for sleep. So I'm going at it. We're going to go at our healing and our well-being from like a two-pronged approach. So not just meditation, but also this holistic system of self-massage along the meridian points in the body. Okay? So anyway, I hope that helps you. That got me on a good roll. Thank you, Debbie, because like I said, I didn't have planned what I was going to talk about. But if something comes up, I can riff on it. So Debbie, and let me just see if she has any other comments. She says, yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Prophet Mother. Hello, hello. See, this would be so up your alley. I just pulled a card for someone that was about shame and regret. And so I was just giving my, not being a psychotherapist, but from my perspective as a spiritual teacher, as someone who's meditated a lot. Like I've shared with you guys, I've done up to 6 weeks of like meditating 10 hours a day. End up sleeping maybe 3 hours a night as you meditate more. This won't happen in my program because it's an 8-week program. I was doing meditation intensively for 6 weeks, and I've done those repeatedly. Your mind gets so clear, you guys, I would not lie to you, that you need less sleep. So I'm trying to remember, I think I would go to bed around maybe 10. No, later than 10. Be later than 10. Towards the end, I was going to bed later. I would stay in the hall meditating. But then I started waking up at 3, you guys, naturally at 3 in the morning. And at first I was like, what? Why? Why? Because there's nothing to do, right? So I'm in the little bunk bed in the little dorm room at this retreat center. And I'm like, it's 3. And I mean, I was wide awake. It wasn't even just like, oh, I need more sleep. I was like, anyway, so as you meditate a lot and with practice, you actually often will find you need less sleep. Anyway, let me go on to, so Debbie, you're a resilient woman, you can do it. And that is the video I shared, Prophet Mother. I was just sharing, to exactly her point, a video I watched just yesterday about how quickly your body can react to changes you make. And that was one of the things that she felt was that she needed to do. So you are welcome. Debbie says you're welcome. All right. Who was next? I think R&B was next. Hey, R&B. Okay. All right. I'm going to shuffle. I'm shuffling. This deck is Faces of Oshun. Okay. Again, from my friend Abiola. We're online friends, okay? I've been on her channel. Like I said, we overlap. She's also from the islands. I forget which island she's from. south of Jamaica. I'm from Jamaica. She's in the islands that are like kind of above South America. But listen, I went to public schools in New York City, so don't expect great geography from me. So this is for R&B. So just pulling cards, and this is what you need to be mindful of in your life right now. Okay, this card wants to come out. Let's see what this is. Okay, it looks like another heavy card, folks. I'm sorry. Okay, let me hold it up. Okay, to the camera here. See if I can get it to focus. Focus. Okay, right there. Oshun of boundaries. Yep. Okay, we're going into the shadow work today. Prophet Mother, please comment if you have, helpful wisdom. But this is a issue for me as an empath. I can get very attached to people closely, and to the point where I can start to feel physical things that are happening with them, which, yeah, I'm not trying to work as a medical intuitive. Okay, so Oshun of boundaries is what, here we go. Okay, thank you, camera, for auto-focusing. So cord cutting, energetic balance, liberation. Cord cutting, energetic balance, liberation. All right, and I'm going to pull an angel card to go with that. And you guys saw how the other angel card I pulled went with what was going on for Debbie, because it was telling her you are resilient, you're feeling shame, you're feeling regret, but you're a resilient woman. Shaking this. So again, to do with boundaries, what angelic support or spiritual support can R&B call in? Okay, there's one. What's this? Respect. Oh, guys, sorry, respect. Okay, wait. Focus. I'm not going to focus. It's two. Respect. The two angels bowing to each other. Okay. So R&B, you're having an issue with boundaries. Now, it may be somebody else pushing your boundaries. It may be coming from you, but it may be someone who's doing it to you. And so when I see this respect, it makes me think about treating each other with respect and saying, maybe I'd love to support you and listen to, the breakup of this boyfriend at 11:30 at night. You won't say it like that, but I'm really tired. I need to get some sleep. So I'm feeling like there's an issue for you of having clear boundaries. Again, like I said, very hard for me, because being empathic, it literally means you kind of like do that and then you have to kind of pull yourself back. So R&B, does this resonate for you? Again, these are quick mini readings. So let me also get your affirmation to do with this. You may need to cut cords with someone, because literally people we've, dated, we've been intimate with, family, we have energetic cords connecting to them. And you can literally do like just a simple ritual where you imagine that those cords are cut. Okay? I know it sounds weird. I've done it. I think I have on my channel something about that. One thing that I came up with, when I hear cord cutting, you might feel like you cut the cord and it's part of it's still in you. What I picture instead is that the cord detaches from you. Do you see that difference? Because like for me, and what I felt is people can reattach. Someone even asked me in the comments, I think it was like an ex-boyfriend or someone who she really didn't want to interact with, but they kept like coming, right? So if you just work with your mind and just say, and ask God, ask a higher power to help you to remove these cords of attachment, but picture it that the cords are taken off of you. There's not like a piece hanging, right, that could be reattached to. And then I literally asked for there to be a healing salve put over it, and for my energy to be like sealed, and so that my system can heal intact. It sounds kind of weird, but it works, and it does give you a sense. When I've done it, I have felt a greater sense of my own personal boundary. So, okay. All right. So I had to riff on that. Okay, so Oshun of boundaries. For those of you that this resonates with, as well as R&B, your affirmation is, I honor my feeling. Oh my God. Look, I'm going to have to hold it up to the camera. It says, I honor my feelings. Can you see that? And I respect myself. Okay, you guys are seeing it backwards. Let me see if I can do the mirroring. Hold on a second. I think I have that, guys. I can tell it to mirror. It's mirroring my camera. Are you seeing things right side or reversed? Because I pulled for them the Respect Angel card as well. And literally in the kind of definition of the affirmation, it says, I honor my feelings and I respect myself. And that's how R&B can get clear boundaries. So that's what I mean about like folks who are like, I don't know, is this real? There'll often be these synchronicities that really, I find spirit will usually tell you something multiple ways. Okay, like when I pull cards for myself in a day, I pull multiple cards. Sometimes I'll literally get the like exact message in two different decks, which like the odds of that, um, it may be something about boundaries, and then in another deck, it's like it literally will say boundaries and maybe have a very, it's slightly different definition or whatever. So R&B, let me know, is there someone in your life that's pushing your boundaries that it seems like you go? So spirit is saying, go with the attitude of respect, that it's about your self-respect and respecting them. Kind of don't go at it. There are different ways where maybe it could be more triggering for the person, but go at it from a place of respect. All right, I'm really curious, and now I'm going to turn my attention down here to my computer. I want to see what R&B says. Hey, Gregory. Hey, no, before you go, welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah, R&B, let me know if that resonates for you, because if I spend the time and energy to, okay, here it is. Let's see, there is a comment. I'm putting it on the screen so you guys can see it. Yes, I've been feeling particularly uncomfortable, but have been trying to not convince myself that I'm overreacting. Okay, they need some support here, because what I'm hearing is you're trying to talk yourself out of something you're feeling. Honestly. And like I said, I'm not a therapist, but just it's you're telling me you've been feeling particularly uncomfortable, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it. Okay, haven't we all done that? Give some support here. We've all done that. Um, I won't bring it back to me again, but yes, it's a situation where you're like really trying to get clear. Am I overreacting? Do I need to apologize? Like what? I mean, we've talked it through. I have been gracious. Do I need to go more? So R&B, I'm curious. Is it one person? Like, is this? Just give me a little more info. I'm really curious. You're making me want to go get my other cards, which I don't want to do. The reason I don't want to do that is I have them laid out for me, so I'd have to put them together, shuffle, break the deck, and I don't want to do that. So don't make me pull more cards to find out what's going on with you. I want you to just tell me. I feel like, is this somebody? Is this a long time? Like somebody you've known for a long time that this is an issue? Yeah, okay. Okay, you are a therapist, and I'm trusting that I'm not wrong. My sense is that you're not wrong. Again, this respect, also you could see how that goes well with them being a therapist, right? Because there's a respect, exactly. If you're dealing with a client or, it has a professional aspect to it. So again, I'm going to show you the card and just see if here, because sometimes that visual can be helpful. Okay. Cord cutting, energetic balance. Take a breath, take a deep breath. Where do you need to establish or reinforce boundaries in your life, R&B, and any of you watching, and this relates to you? Is it in your personal relationships, your work, or your own self-care routines? Allow this goddess to empower you to say no when necessary and to say yes to prioritizing your own needs. Oh my gosh, you see again, like that's where respect comes in. So it's your self-respect, respect yourself. Okay, I think that's clear. I think that's a very powerful message. It's a very coherent message. Very occasionally, I'll be like, okay, wait, I don't know if this makes sense, but very coherent here. It makes a lot of sense. And I'm feeling like you need to respect yourself. Even before you kind of said to me that you're kind of not trusting yourself, I think you need to respect your sense of what's going on, that it may not be appropriate or not right, or something needs to shift. Okay, definitely. Yes, yes. No, I have not because, Prophet Mother, I'm actually not thank you for asking. I'm not an astrologer. One of the ways someone could do their YouTube channel is to report, and sometimes I do, but because it's not like my deep expertise, like I can riff on and talk about certain things like just go, 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 go. Since it's just, I would be gathering information. I haven't been doing that, but um, share a little bit in the chat. The full moon, the eclipse, yeah, we're going into eclipse season. What I did say, Prophet Mother, was last night I could not sleep, and I did say I'm extremely sensitive to astrological movements. And my mind was just like, now I had also had a second cup of caffeine, and I'm that sensitive to caffeine. Um, but it could also, for me, when I haven't had extra caffeine, I then find out that something was going on, like some big transit, and I'm like, oh, wow. Anyway. Wow. Okay. Good. Thank you, R&B. It's R&B says it's right on time. It confirms I made the right decision. Okay, so you made a decision already. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good. Prophet Mother, there is a beautiful sister. I can't think of what. Okay, guys, you're sending me out. You're sending me out. Okay, first I had to get that video. Now I'm going to go to my channel. At the bottom of my homepage, there is a woman who does wonderful astrology. Her, and I thought I had her at the bottom of my channel. It's not Bahati Life. I have Bahati Life. I can't think of her name. She is a woman, a Black woman in her 30s, and she is an astrologer, Western astrologer. I also follow a woman who does Vedic astrology, which I can find easier because Vedic astrology is a little bit more of a narrow field, and I can find her. Okay, Ananda Shri, she's very, very good, and she's also like a I don't want you to. There, she started to talk. So this is Ananda Shri. Um, I like her as well. Damn it, it didn't quite let me copy it. Because I had to close it because I didn't want YouTube to zing me for, playing ads and all this. Ananda Shri, she does Vedic astrology, and she goes to India quite a lot. I quite like her. She's super sweet, super spiritual, but from Vedic perspective, not the Western perspective. If anybody can drop in some names of some astrologers that they like as well. Okay, now I have to do a reading. There was at least one other person. So let me just go back up. I did for Debbie, then R&B. So R&B, I'm really glad that resonated for you. Yes. There was another person who came in. Hi, Paula, that wanted a mini reading. Oh my gosh. Okay. Is it Paula? Let me see who said yes. No, before you go. Hey, welcome, welcome. And Gregory's here. Says hi to all the beautiful people. Okay. Maybe that was it. Yeah, because I think I only have the energy to do one more. Like I said, it was Sade and Luther and very little sleep. Very little sleep. Guys, I want to share with you, if any of you also, I know this is like a lot of different information. I was going to share with you what Myers-Briggs I am. And hold on. Let me see if I can find where I wrote it. I think it's INFP. And I was bragging on a friend of mine who's very, very sweet, probably my closest friend. And she says to me, "You're this personality." And I says, "Oh, okay. Well, how many are there?" And she goes, 16. I said, "There's no way. There's no way you got my personality out of 16 different types. I mean, that's crazy." I go take a test. I come back. It's what she said I was. I was like, "You're really good. You're really smart." Like you, and she's very observant friend. She's just one of those. And so I think I'm an INFP. So are there any people who I'm supposed to get along well with in here? I think it's intuitive, no, introvert. N is for intuition. F is for feeling, and P, somebody help me. Wow, Prophet, see, Prophet Mother, do you know this system? See, we need to, get you on the channel because I think there'd be so many synergies and be wonderful. Does that make sense? Okay. I was so sure. I was like, there's no way out of 16 different types with all these different variables that you got me. And she's like, no, you're this, no, and you like to have a lot of options. She was kind of giving me a hard time about my options, but now that she's typed me and she's the opposite, because she'll say, so what do you want to do? Like, when do you want to get together? And I'm like, I don't know. Why do we, and this will be like 3 days before, for example, be 3 or 4 days. And I'm like, girl, I don't know. Well, I'm like, why do you need to know 4 days in advance? You know, we're going to hang out and like she knows the outline, right? But, and finally, so now she's just like, I know. She says, you like to have options. I'm like, is that what it is? Because I'm like, I don't know what I want to do exactly. And she's like, you're just keeping it open. So anyway, I'm finding that interesting. So if any of you know what you are, please share. Um, she says, you're an INTJ. Okay, so we have the I and the N. So the introvert, which I figured in the N. Yeah, yeah, intuition. And the T, oh, so she's a thinking type as opposed to I'm an F, which is a feeling type. And the P is processing and you're judging. Okay, because this other friend was trying to tell me, she's like, I don't think you're a judging type because the judging types can sometimes be mean. Not you, Prophet Mother. This really was a conversation I was having with this friend. She's like, the judging types can sometimes get annoyed at the perceiving. The P is for perceiving. Anyway, I was like, I don't know. So I just had to share that. I had to share that. Was there anybody else? I can pull one more set of cards before I go and probably take a nap. None of you all confess to going down a rabbit hole into the 80s and 90s. Okay, don't make me feel weird like I'm the only one. Now that you know my type, I actually found that this type, I was listening to another guy on YouTube while I went to the market. And at first I was like annoyed because I'm like, this guy's making jokes. You guys, he nailed again. He's like, this is what this type is like. And he goes, yeah, they're daydreaming and they're planning like some cosmic thing. And I'm like, oh my God, I felt so like seen in a negative way. And he's like, yeah, then this fantasy thing happened. And like, I was like, how does he know? Because just last night, that was what was happening. So let me know if you go down that rabbit hole of, I'll put on one song from like the 90s, late 80s, I guess. I don't even know. It'll be a song I love. And then YouTube is like, oh, you like that? Okay, let's give you. And then pretty soon I'm reminiscing about, those days. And like 2 hours later, I've listened to like 20 songs from that era. Anyway. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Myers-Briggs. No, you're an wait, is that what I said I am? You're an INFP too, R&B? That's funny. That is really funny. Okay. Because what's odd about this is I think that well, I'm blocking her name right now. The woman who I am saying to people she said she didn't like that though. She's like bringing especially black women out of America, like almost out of bondage. People are calling her that as well. But Stephanie Perry, I think she said she was that. And because at the time I'm like, wait, I'm dyslexic, but I think I'm that same thing. So it's just interesting because I think the people who are that, there are types that definitely mesh together. And I think the same types, of course, we're like, yeah, I understand you. You don't even speak. I understand. Right. So that's interesting that you are as well. And because it's not a hugely common one. That's what my friend said. She said, and I think especially for women, she said it's not rare, but it's like the third leap. I don't know. She knew all about it, guys. She's one of these people that can tell you the date, like a war started, and she's really into British history, so she can be like, "Oh, the Tudors ruled from blah 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 to blah blah blah, and then he had his third wife, Stephania of Brussels, of Brussels sprouts. She gave birth to 4 babies," and I'm like, "What? How do you know this?" And she's like, then their reign ended. I'm like, okay, so super nerd, my really good friend. Anyway, you do okay. So you have whatever we shared does take you down the rabbit holes. Okay. Well, to me, again, my best buddy, he'd say to me disdainfully, he goes, "You're just curious," and I'm like, "That's a sign of intelligence," because he's like, "Girl, I don't care." Because he's like, you talk to people and you're listening to them, and I'm like, yeah. And he goes, and you'll even be like, oh wait, I'm confused, and make them go back. And he goes, Viv, I'm like, weren't you listening? He goes, no, I was listening to them. And I'm like, you look like you were listening. And he's like, I wasn't listening. I'm like, you're fake. You're just faking it. And he's just like, you really want to understand. He's like, and you really truly are curious. He's like, I don't really care. It's like a conversation, but I'm just being nice, whatever. Anyway, he was a sweetheart. Um, yeah. So let's talk about Myers-Briggs. So yeah, thank you, R&B, for that. I am interested in Jung as an artist, as you know, his ideas definitely interested me. Of course, Freud, you know, Freud is what Freud is. Let me put up some of your comments. Yeah, you know what I did? I didn't, yeah, Myers-Briggs, I did an unofficial, I did not pay the $59. Your girl did not, I didn't pay the $59. Um, you know, which I respect. I do believe in paying for things, but at that point I was like, let me just take this quiz because I'm going to prove my friend wrong. I'm like, I'll take the quiz. I know I'm going to be some other type. And then, like I said, I took the quiz and it was like, oh, she just laughed. She's like, I knew that's what you were. If you think about it like a soap opera, learning history is easier. It is like a soap opera, especially exactly. Yeah. Because that's why I was kind of making fun of it. Cause she's like, you know, and then that wife died, you know, or he had her killed. And then her great uncle came and tried to take the throne. And I'm like, this is like a living soap opera. Exactly. It's a freaking living soap opera. Anyway, so that's about it. I think, yeah, I'm gonna go rest because, like I said, 2:33 in the morning, listening to my favorite. What anybody want to name? What's their favorite Luther Vandross song? Because like I said, I went down this rabbit hole, so I want to know what is your favorite song by him, and what's your favorite Sade song? My favorite Sade song, um, I have like four, so I'm gonna name. I like Paradise. Paradise. I can't sing. I like Paradise. I of course I love. Oh gosh, what's her main hit was not Smooth Operator. I like Sade's voice is like a sedative. Okay, so I like almost every song that she did, and that was really when I was growing up. That whole period that she took me through some years. So yeah, what's your favorite Sade song? I'm gonna see what the comments are. I'd really love to know. Um, Paradise, I really like. I think it's an underrated song. Let me go back. Yeah, let me know. I just want to know, just for like being curious, right? Um, let me see. Let me go back through. Okay, there's a great Sade playlist, you guys. Hold on, let me see if I can. No, I can only add to queue. Oh yeah, let me share it. This is my favorite Sade playlist. Okay, so these Sunday lives, I talk about whatever. So I'm going to share. This is my favorite, and really, it's got millions of views. The Sade playlist that I love. Okay, I just put it in the live comments, and hold on, and then I'm going to have to silence it so I don't get in trouble with YouTube. Yeah, I love No Ordinary Love is one of my favorites. Of course, that song is just um, Cherish the Day. I quite like Paradise and Your Love is King. Those are my favorites. Smooth Operator, I like. Yeah, smooth operator, smooth operator, coast to coast, LA to Key Largo. God, I wish I could sing. Like a tattoo. Like a tattoo. Wait a minute. What is that? Hold on. My playlist doesn't have Like a Tattoo. Back in the day, of course, I had her albums, three of them. That I mean, literally every song. For those of you who don't know, the babies listening to this, okay, you need to go back You need to study Sade. But I want to say like her first album, which I think was just her name, was just Sade. Every song on that album was a hit. You guys, right? Every single song, I think on her first album just was like, oh, okay, there's another one and another one. All right, I might try to save this chat. No says, I love them all. I do love them all, but some of them, the one about the really poor woman, like she would try to do social commentary, and I didn't. It's gonna sound weird. You may disagree with me, um, but I felt like when Sade, the one about the shoes, I was like, Sade, no, you can't. It just doesn't. It just didn't work. The shoes one. Okay, so Prophet Mother says yes. Every Sade one. Okay, so everybody's like, I just love them all, right? Is it a crime? I love, is it a crime? Love that. That's beautiful. But what is this like a tattoo? Like, I'm gonna have to find that. Hold on. I'm not ending this live stream until I can say like a tattoo Sade. Okay. Okay, no, don't go to it because it's gonna start playing. Okay, no. Huh. Like a tattoo. I feel like it's on the tip, like my brain is like tickled, but I can't quite get the melody. Who else? It's from Love Deluxe. Yes, yes. So Sade, right? And then I think was Love Deluxe number two. And is that because they showed the one where she's like this, right? Hold on. I'm being silly. Here it is. Sade at 23 million views, which it should have more. Like a Tattoo. Oh, she sings it live in San Diego. Um, yes, it looks like it's from that album, Love Deluxe. I see it. I wish I had that album still. Just turning on my light, folks. I really wish I still had albums, but to move the way I move with, a big stack of albums, I guess would be silly, right? At this point. Okay, now favorite Luther song. Okay. Yes. No, I'm gonna list to it. I can almost pull it up, but not quite. Let me go back. So you guys check out that playlist I just gave you. That to me, it's her greatest hits playlist. It has 6.3 million views, and it's green, and her face is on the cover. Um, there's one that I discovered. I'm sorry, I'm still looking here. That I think it's Baby Father that I didn't know I would like. Is that it? Because it doesn't sound like it. And there's another one I also like called not like, oh, The Moon in the Sky. The Moon in the Sky. I think it's very beautiful, very obviously ethereal, right? The Moon in the Sky. Does anybody know that one? But yeah, my favorite's No Ordinary Love, Cherish the Day, Your Love is King, and Paradise. Um, yeah, and I really don't like the one where she's talking about the poor woman who can't afford the shoes because I'm like, it just didn't fit. I can't even explain it. Anyway, Luther, the best Christmas album. Okay. Um, okay, see, I'm really geeking out today. My cards are like, just be your real self. So I'm going to geek out. For Christmas in my family, we didn't listen so much. We didn't listen to like any R&B. We listened to like Nat King Cole, right? Maybe in my generation, 50s and up. It's just because my parents, so they listened to like Nat King Cole, um, who else? A lot of Nat King Cole, Christmas, and like kind of old corny Christmas songs. They didn't um they didn't update. And I myself don't I love Christmas, especially years ago, but I don't specifically kind of do Christmas albums. Though I'm thinking of what's her face, Mariah Carey for some reason, but I think that's because my friend loved her. I think her a Christmas album of hers. Okay, nobody else for Luther? Okay, favorite Here and Now. Yep. Guys, like I said, I went down that rabbit hole, so now I need to I need to get to sleep early tonight. And I didn't have to servings of caffeine, so I should be okay. I just had a little matcha in the morning. I did not have lunchtime black tea or coffee like a normal person can have because that doesn't work for me. I have to just admit my body doesn't like that. So yeah, it was fun to hang out. I like all of Luther. Okay, so my favorites with Luther um, are is it the one it's like Superstar, which I find like I don't the title doesn't fit the song. That Superstar. It has like three titles. Superstar, If You Come Back to Me. It's that one I think. And If Only for One Night. And which other ones? But yeah, the Superstar one. It's like yeah, it has multiple names, which is annoying. Yeah, Until You Come Back to Me. I love that song. I love that song. So amazing. Also, so amazing to be loved. I follow you to that one. Okay. What a talent he was. Really, really was so talented. So smooth. Um, anyway, it's nice to be with you guys. I'm out and do check out my program, Soulful Mindfulness. The link will be below also once I stop the video. I promise you, you would benefit. And I am going to put a guarantee. Hold on. I am going to put a guarantee where I think I'm trying to think of how long to make it because it is coaching. I am working live. So at least it'll be like you can go through the first class and see it. And then if you don't feel like you feel amazing even after the first class, so I'm going to put up a guarantee for that. Um, so Soulful Mindfulness is, hey Bev, you're coming in late, Bev. You missed some silliness. Um, and Healing Touch. So mindfulness, I'll teach you 4 different types of mindfulness meditation, as well as acupressure points specifically for stress. We'll give you just a protocol of points, and for sleep. And there is some overlap in those two. These are very powerful points, and it's like, so it's meridian therapy, and similar to tapping. It's the same system as tapping, the same system as acupuncture. So that's included in the course. And a little bit also, I will just, towards the end, just talk with you about some herbs that I use. And and I think Prophet Mother actually, and somebody else, I mentioned before, Banyan Botanicals. And then they do recommend herbs that are really helpful, like for women's health, for sleep, which of course I hadn't ordered because I wasn't having trouble sleeping till like last night. Adrenal Nourish, which has like ashwagandha and other herbs in a perfect combination. So I will point you to that quiz and help within to help you pick out herbs for any, for just your general wellness or any conditions that you're having. I know a good deal about Ayurvedic herbs, so that'll be part of it. It's not going to be like a huge in-depth part, but I want to also just open you up to that avenue of this very good herbal company, very affordable. Okay, so do check out the program. As I said, I've closed it, I've made it like specifically saying Black women and women of color. So if that fits you and you really want to learn how to meditate for, again, peace of mind, for your mental health, for just healing your body, your mind, your spirit, meditation is extremely powerful. I really think that it needs to be more disseminated in our community. You will learn with me how to sit down and meditate on your own. So you won't constantly need to be looking for YouTube videos, which of course is a method. That's fine. You can go hunt for some video, but you'll learn how to just sit down and meditate. And that is very, very powerful. Okay. So please do check it out. I invite you to enroll. And I'm an early bird enrollment right now for another maybe week. It's a pretty long early bird enrollment because I just really want time for all the women who, may watch one video and not see the other to hear about it and like think about it and like take action. Okay. Again, for Black women, women of color, if you already know how to meditate, that's fine. I can promise you from my decades of experience meditating, and as I said, meditating for like 10 hours a day on retreats, hearing teachings from different teachers, I'm sure you will learn multiple things, even if you already have a meditation practice. I'll be there to answer your questions about any issues you have with meditating, anything that comes up, how to deal with it, all of that. Okay, so look forward to seeing you in there. It is only for women. Um, I was really torn between, open it up or make it more, more niche. Who knows? Tell me in the comments if there's a particular permutation you'd like. Like, for instance, my channel viewers are very diverse. If you are not a Black woman or a woman of color, would you like to learn in a different cohort? I can, start repeating it again, like start a different cohort that's open to everybody, and it's open to men and it's open to everybody. So let me know, let me know in the comments. Okay. All right. Much love. Bye. Everybody have a beautiful evening. And yeah, it was nice to see you, Know Before You Go, and Bev, and Prophet and Mother, R&B. Um, who else? Who else? Oh my gosh. Because some of us, I was talking a lot in there in the chat. Debbie, yes. Paula, thank you, Paula. I think that's pretty much everybody who commented. Yes. All right. Much love. Peace and blessings. Bye.